Greetings, members, one and all of the Salivation Nation. Iron Age Gold. What a find this is. Let's explore. Several members of the community made me aware about this great discovery that happened some time ago. Now these things are available in a museum. Originally, the article was sent to me by this ArtNet News. You get here to the article here, but you go to try to read it, and look what happens. Boom, it disappears. So I have to find it from some other source, and it looks like CNN style section is coming through for us yet once again. But nonetheless, this is rookie detectorist finds huge Iron Age gold hoard in Denmark. This is actually comes to us from yesterday, or the day before the recording of this video anyway. The huge hoard of Iron Age gold artifacts has been uncovered by an amateur metal detectorist in Denmark. The enormous find consists of almost 1 kilo, that's 2.2 pounds of gold buried 1,500 years ago, according to a press release from the Litecoin Museum, which will exhibit the hoard. Described by the museum as one of the largest, richest, and most beautiful gold treasures in Danish history so far, the hoard was discovered in Vendelev, near the central Danish town of Jelling, by a rookie detectorist called Ole Ginnerup Scheitz. Mads Raven, head of research at Litecoin, told CNN that he almost fell off of his chair when Scheitz sent him a photo of an object, asking him if it was anything significant. And here we can see Ole Ginnerup Scheitz, who had recently acquired his metal detector, discovered the hoard just a few hours into his search. Now, that would be quite a find indeed. Scheitz had only recently acquired his metal detector and had been given permission to use it on his friend's land. Within a few hours of starting, he had uncovered the hoard. Again, just put yourself in his situation. Finding gold, finding an ancient treasure, or even a modern treasure for all that matter, any kind of precious metal to find in a metal detecting find would be something else. If you like stories like this, I have a whole playlist, and these stories are popping up more and more, it seems, as of late. So I encourage you to check out that playlist for sure. I told him he might as well just sell the detector now because he already had peaked, said Raven, adding, it doesn't get any better. Archaeologists from the Litecoin then excavated the site along with a team from the National Museum, uncovering a treasure trove including a huge medallions the size of saucers, according to the Litecoin. Now, the story jumps very quickly from two people, the friend, the owner of the property, and Scheitz himself finding the piece there, or the amazing treasure, to now the archaeologists have found it. So the government is involved. How did that happen? And that's just it. It's pretty interesting how these stories take that turn, but nonetheless, we wouldn't have probably found out about it if they. And how many don't we find out about it because people are smart not to tell others? But let's see where the story takes us now. The artifacts were buried in a longhouse by an Iron Age chieftain, revealing that Vendelev was a center of power at the time, the museum added. Whoever buried the hoard would have been immensely wealthy and powerful, said Raven, adding that the hoard contains medallions that are thicker than normal. Now there, finally we're finding some story where we have thick treasures. Usually we find thin treasures. You heard me do a story recently about a thin silver coin that could have helped shape the trade in South Asia. I never seen anything like it, he said. In the 6th century, the chieftain attracted skilled artisans to the area, and later buried his large gold hoard. It's not clear exactly why he buried it, but Raven believes it was buried as an offering to the gods. So almost a kilo's worth. Crazy. All right. There's a piece of it there. Some experts have suggested that the gold was buried to save it during a time of war, but Raven said the combination of objects suggested it was more likely to have been an offering. The hoard contains saucer-sized decorative medallions called bracteates, as well as Roman coins that had been fashioned into jewelry. One of the bracteates is decorated with a male head and a number of runes, as well as a horse and a bird. A runic inscription on the horse reads "the High One," according to preliminary research, which could refer to the chieftain or the god Odin. At the time, Norse mythology was developing and would have been in competition with more ancient religions, said Raven, around 300 years before the ancient sagas were written down. Look at that. Absolutely amazing. Wow. And some of these medallions are as large as saucers and were essentially plates. In addition, one heavy Roman gold coin dates from the rule of Constantine the Great, which reigned from 324 to 337 AD, and reveals that Europe was already well connected during the Iron Age. The Roman coins show how mobile people were at the time, said Raven, with people from Northern Europe moving south to plunder or serving as mercenaries in Roman armies before bringing the coins back home. They weren't these borders, said Raven, so people were moving around. Look at that piece. They go in display in February of 2022, by the way. The period also saw a climate catastrophe caused by the ash cloud from a large volcanic eruption in Iceland in 536 AD, which led to years of famine, a natural climate catastrophe. It was a very chaotic period in some ways. Some of the largest gold hoards in Scandinavia were buried around this time, and some objects found on the island of Hajarno, central Denmark, have similarities to those in this latest hoard. This suggests there might have been an alliance between the rulers of two areas in the beginnings of Denmark as a united kingdom, Raven said. So again, treasures like this, you find old coins and old ancient precious metal treasures can help reshape history. Again, the hoard will go on display at the Vegelamennemuseum in February of 2022 as part of a large Viking exhibition. It's kind of a pre-chapter to the Viking Age, said Raven. We already have the echo of the early Viking Age coming along in that time. So I think it's quite an interesting story and fascinating to see how this is kind of the crossover into the Iron Age into the Viking Age. What a story. And again, thanks to those of you who made me aware of this in the community. An amazing find, amazing treasure. Would love to see it myself. And let me know what your thoughts are on this treasure here. And I would like to extend a multitude of gratitude to you all for taking the time to watch this video and to encourage you to please rate, share, comment, and subscribe.